All right, well, this gentleman I met at the New Bedford Folk Festival, and the people who put that festival together put together a Phil Ochs workshop, and they asked me to MC it, and I said, okay. And in that workshop was this guy, whom I'd never seen or heard before, and I was just blown away by his cover of Phil's song, and he's now become an official part of the Phil Ochs Song Nights. And he's just one of the best musicians you'd ever want to meet. He backs a lot of people up. They all realize how good he is. Pat Wictor.
So it's an election year. And Phil tackled the whole issue of the limitations and problems of electoral politics a lot in his songs. And I think one of the things we're looking at this year is there are a lot of suggestions. The Republican Party's in a real panic about the presence of Trump. He's really upsetting a lot of apple carts within the Republican Party, and so there's a lot of talk about a brokered convention. The last seriously brokered convention was 1968, and it was the Democratic Convention. And many of you remember that. Even if you don't, you've read about it, like I had to. I was 2 years old when that happened. So, and that whole experience of the grassroots being shut out, and a party nominee who really was the servant of the party insiders being jammed down the American people's throats. That experience, I think, was very disillusioning for Phil. And so that background, those events were the background to this song, which is called William Butler Yeats Enters Lincoln Park and Escapes Unscathed. And it's really, in the end, I think of the song as sort of a young person's love story wrapped in the time of a terrible political tragedy.
As I went out one evening to take the evening air, I was blessed by a blood-red moon. In Lincoln Park, the dark was turning. I spied a fair young maiden, and a flame was in her eyes, and on her face lay the steel blue skies of Lincoln Park. The dark was turning. They spread their sheets upon the ground, just like a wandering tribe, and the wise men walked in their robes, Pierre robes, through Lincoln Park. The dark was turning. The towers trapped and trembling, and the boats were tossed about when the fog rolled in and the gas rolled out of Lincoln Park. The dark was turning, was turning, was turning, was turning. horses freed at last. We took the streets of wine, but I searched in vain, for she stayed behind. In Lincoln Park the dark was turning. I'll go back to the city where I can be alone and tell my friend she lies in stone in Lincoln Park. The dark was turning in Lincoln Park. The dark was turning, was turning, was turning, was turning.
Let's take a little intermission. We'll see you after the break.